Hey there everybody. Today I'm going to go ahead and put us in a pretty interesting predicament. Our static system in the aircraft has failed and the vacuum system has also failed. So what we're going to be flying by is airspeed and turn coordinator, and we're also going to be using the magnetic compass. So we need to go ahead and climb, and by verifying that we're climbing, we're going to use the airspeed indicator. We know that we're going to be in some sort of climb. If we have a drop in airspeed, and then it becomes steady at a lower airspeed. So I'm going to keep the nose pulled up, and we're going to climb out at around 80 knots. I also want to use that turn coordinator to begin turning left. We got a Garmin 295 handheld that we can use as reference to get back onto the ILS. And speaking of ILS, we're going to use it to return to the Eastman Airport. So as you can see there, airspeed's climbing, so we're descending. I need to pull up, and let's trim that out. And also we need to be on a magnetic heading of 2000 to line us up for the downwind on runway 02, since 200 is the reciprocal of 020. So it needs to be a left turn. We're going to use the little tick above L on the turn coordinator as our maximum bank. And let's pull up. Since I can hear we're descending, let's trim it out some more. Let's check what the trim is set to. The nose down right now. I want to set it for some nose up. And we're going to turn again. Okay, looks like we broke out of that fog layer, and now we're between overcast and the fog, so we can see somewhat of a horizon up ahead. I wouldn't trust that horizon because the bottom of the clouds are not flat; they're convex, so it may give you a false horizon. So let's just go ahead and focus on what instruments we have left here. Alright, so the glide slope on the ILS looks like it's centered, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin a left-hand turn, and let's see if we can line up on that localizer. Also, what you could do to get a more accurate position on the ILS is use a VOR to line up on the localizer course. So if you're using Eastman, you can use Vienna VOR to line up to I want to say Simba is one of the localizer waypoints. I'm not sure about that. I don't have the approach plate in front of me. So let's just play it by the instruments. I want to go ahead and have an approach course, or not an approach course. I want to have a intercept course set up so that when I hit the localizer, it doesn't shoot all the way to the left. I want it to gradually ease to center. Let's keep the power pulled back. Let's go ahead and tighten up the intercept course. Alright, our localizer should be alive here in about maybe a minute or less than that. So right now, what we can use in order to control our altitude is that glide slope needle. It's going to keep us safe as long as we keep that glide slope and the localizer centered up. It's going to keep us safe all the way down to the runway. Now in real life this isn't recommended because you have a minimum altitude that you can get to, and then you have to execute go around. So with this fog, I'll more than likely hit that altitude, but I won't go around though. Alright, so our localizer is going to come live here in a second. There it is. Alright, so let's make our left-hand turn now to 019 on the magnetic compass. Let's keep the banking, keep that turn. Now we can sort of see the runway right in front of us. It should disappear right here in a second. There it goes. Now we're in 1/8 mile visibility. So I want to keep my eyes on the turn coordinator, the airspeed indicator, and almost more importantly, the ILS needles. And this is where it all gets difficult because you're getting low to the ground, you don't know your altitude, and you're just basically putting all your trust into one instrument. And that is that VOR1 indicator. We don't want to put that much bank in because we're shooting past that localizer. We need to go ahead and put a general bank to the left, re-intercept that localizer, and we'll go ahead and level it off right here. It should be enough. If not, it'll begin creeping towards left. You can already tell that wasn't enough, so let's go ahead and put a little bit more in, and we'll level it off right here. Glide slope needs to come up just a little bit, so we're going to pull the power back and go ahead and steepen our descent just by a little bit. Alright, so we need to go ahead and keep descending a little more. Let's bring that vertical speed down, which is hard to judge since that instrument is out. So what we're going by is airspeed, the sound of the air going past the aircraft, RPMs. I'm using that basically to judge what my altitude is doing. Alright, so there's the localizer coming back. Let's go ahead and make our left-hand turn. We're going to climb, so let's add power. We don't want to get too low because there's going to be trees right below us, but we don't want to, well, we just don't want to get low because we don't have an altitude indicator to give us our altitude. Not too much bank because we just intercepted that localizer. We do need to descend more. Let's pull back the power, not that much. Tell by the sound that it's being funny on me right now. Alright, need to turn left. We're turning right now. Hey, you guys see how hard this is? I can see some trees coming up down there, so we know where the ground is. I just don't want to get close to it right now. Alright, so there's that glide slope. We need to nose it over just a little bit. And now all we need to get is that localizer again. So let's bring it back to the left. Alright, we should be intercepting it now. We'll keep this glide slope on there. Let's look around and make sure we don't see any lights, which I can't verify I see any lights right now. There they are. I see the approach lights over there. Alright, and I see the threshold lights over there. Let's bring it back around. I can't see anything. I think the windows are fogged up. Alright, we see the runway over there. Let's see if I can pop open the window on a fog window. Alright, so we can pull back the power. Let's put our flaps down. Alright, well, I didn't really end out the way I wanted it to. I wanted to keep a perfect localizer glide slope course all the way down to the runway, but I mean, I lost more than half of my instruments, so I'm basically flying blind and relying on the one instrument. I'd say it was successful. I was in the vicinity of the airport and I caught the approach lights on the left side, so I knew where the runway was and I knew the airport layout. So I knew if I turned left I would hit the runway at some time. Now the fog on the windows it caught me by surprise. I didn't expect that to happen. So let's, I think we need to introduce the cabin air to unfog the windows. So yeah, that was extremely hard to do. I've done this in a simulator at the college, and it was hard on there too. But I was a lot more successful, probably because I could feel what the airplane was doing with the controls. It was force feedback. So, well, we're down, we're alive. We're gonna have a strong word with the maintenance crew to see what the heck's going on here, or maybe get ourselves chewed out for not doing the pre-flight correctly. But hey, we're down, we're alive. Airplane is in one piece. I think it is. Yeah, we're in one piece. So, in my book, that's successful. So, I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you all in the next video, and if you want, go ahead and leave that comment and rate, and maybe even subscribe. Keep in mind, I read all your comments. I read every single one of your comments. I love feedback from my audience. It's what keeps me going. So, again, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.